Okay, I have another draft here for you. I just wanted to go through how I'm going to be looking at it. So um, one of the things we can do is start with format. There's no cover page here, so I might remind them they need a cover page. And I believe I said in the video that the header can only be 50 characters. So if he needs to condense this somehow, he can maybe just say, if you want to change the world. So he would just use a shortened version of it. I'm not sure if that's 50 characters, but he would just use a shortened version. And of course, we know the page number is missing. Let's go on down into the body though, because that's really more important. He has an introduction that includes the title, a summary, and hopefully his thesis. I don't see the thesis at the end, so I might put a little comment here that says missing thesis. It always needs to be the last sentence of the introduction. Let's go down. It looks like this is where the body starts when he says the first example. So I'm going to look at this paragraph right here. The first example of a motivational technique I found was the music he used for his speech, a set of drums and some guitars with constant ups and downs every time he was in the important part of a lecture or story. It also came with an intense tone and rhythm that made the audience pay more attention every time the rhythm went up. Overall, the way the music was added to the speech helped a lot to make it more persuasive and moving toward the audience. So in the last video, I sort of broke down the topic, and I think I have the topic here. It's pretty clear that this paragraph is going to be about music, and I love that they focused on motivational techniques. They're not just summarizing the first thing that happened in the video, the second thing that happened in the video. So I think this is excellent. This does need to be its own sentence, so we should stop this somehow and start a new sentence here. But when he's talking about the evidence, I think I see the evidence. Nope, the evidence is all of this. Okay, I think I see evidence here. He says a set of drums and some guitars with constant ups and downs every time he was in an important part of the lecture or a story. So we've got some specific evidence, very good specific evidence. Because we're talking about drums and guitars. That definitely proves something about the music. I'm certainly talking about the music and I'm proving it. I'm not just restating it. Later, he talks about the tone and the rhythm. So I think that his content is great. He has actual evidence that supports his topic. It could be a little bit more specific because he says every time he was in an important part. You could explain that part. It doesn't require more words, but he could say there were some drums and guitars when he was talking about the future. It's really the same amount of words, it's the same amount of space, but it is not as vague, it's more specific. It also came with an intense tone and rhythm that made the audience pay more attention every time the rhythm went up. Well, I haven't seen the video, so I don't know every time the rhythm went up. You could be more specific here and explain what was happening when the rhythm went up. As he talked about all the challenges that students are facing these days, the rhythm went up. It's not very much more space or very many more words, but it's more concrete and it gives the reader more information. So as far as the content, I think that he could be a little bit more specific, but overall, I like that he's talking about drums, guitars, tone, and rhythm. Let's check the analysis. Overall, the way the music was added to the speech helped make it a lot more persuasive and moving towards the audience. Excellent analysis because it reminds me of my topic and it tells me how it was persuasive. So this is really all the analysis needs to do. It needs to focus on why these things in the music were good. So as far as the ideas, I said that he could be a little more specific with every time the rhythm went up, every time he was an important part of the lecture. The organization looks fine. He could decide if he wants to talk about drums first or tone first. He can move these details around so that they have more of an impact. He doesn't have any major issues with word choice. It seems like an academic essay. He is not using words incorrectly. His sentence fluency is okay, but there are some punctuation issues. And then we've already talked about the format. So hopefully those things will help you when you're editing yours. Make sure you have a topic, evidence, and analysis, and that everything has been proofread for fluency. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.